Hey, viewers! Before Gallagher123123 begins this awesome review of the Sensibo AC controller, we just wanted to give you this important little note.
This is a smart device review, and as a part of the video, we will be using the Google Home and Amazon Echo. If you are near one of these speakers, you might want to mute it. If you don't, some weird things might happen, so just do it now. Don't let your speakers go crazy.
All right, Bella, I think the viewers have it under control now. Let's get on with the video.
Fine, whatever you say, boss.
Hey YouTube, Gallagher123123 here with another exciting video for you all. About 5 years ago, in June 2018, I did a demonstration of an LG smart window air conditioner, which I was using for my room at the time, an 8,000 BTU AC that had a neat mobile app, and what I demonstrated in that video was it being controlled with the A-Lady, and I really liked that for controlling the temperature. It was a lot easier than trying to memorize the button layouts on the AC itself or even the remote. Well, where I am now, that AC was a bit too big, so I didn't bring that one here, and I was using another AC that actually was the same as the one I'd replaced over where I was before, one from about 2006. So I was using that one for where I am now up until this year, when that one, of course, being about 16 years old, it was time to replace it. So my family and I decided it was time, and, well, we replaced it. Now, I really liked having the Wi-Fi features because it was so easy to control the AC, and I could, of course, control it to have the AC come on if I went out, but more importantly for me was the accessibility of being able to use an app instead of worrying about the controls on the AC. Unfortunately, what I needed for this room was a 6,000 BTU AC, and there did not seem to be any options that had the smart features built in. So I remembered about a solution that a really good friend told me about, and in this video, I'm going to demonstrate it for you. And we're going to take a look at it working in this video in several different ways. So I think you will enjoy this. First, a bit about the air conditioner that we're using. This is I think it's a Medea or Midi. I don't know the proper pronunciation of this. It's M-I-D-E-A, I believe is the spelling of that. And this one was available from Walmart for about, I think it was about $200. And I said even though it doesn't have the smart capabilities, it seemed like it would meet my needs very well, at least for this room, in terms of cooling. And it has. I really like it. It's just zoom in so you can, if you have a bit of vision, you can see it. It does have a lot of controls on it though. And the remote that it comes with, as cool as it is, also has a lot of buttons on it. But for a while, that's just what I used. I stuck to the remote because I found the remote maybe a little bit easier compared to the buttons on the AC. But what I really wanted to do was get some way to control this with an app. So, well, the solution, and I mentioned a friend of mine told me about this actually a couple of years back, but I was just waiting for the right time to get one. And this is a device called the Sensibo Air. S-E-N-S-I-B-O is how you spell that. And it is this tiny little device. Let me try and get it out here without knocking it. Now, it's in my hand, and it's tiny. The only thing on it really is a light, and on the bottom, a micro USB port. Now, how this works is essentially replaces the remote control that you use for the air conditioner. I just put it back. I kind of have it tucked underneath the AC a bit, because it's kind of out of the way. The plug just seems to reach there perfectly well, and I haven't had any issues with the Sensibo receiving my commands. So, talk a little bit about the setup first. The app is quite accessible. It walks you through everything. The toughest part might be, for all of you, is setting it up with the QR code that you have to scan on the bottom of the Sensibo Air. But once you do that, it's very automatic. When it sees the QR, it just takes it. So I think it's doable with a bit of trial and error. And then what it has you do then is it receives a signal from your remote. So you're asked to press the power button on your remote, and the Sensibo Air gets the signal from that and I guess matches it up with a remote that should work. And then with the Sensibo, yep, you guessed it, it essentially turns a dumb air conditioner like this Medea into a smart air conditioner. And the beauty of this is it works with, I think, nearly any air conditioner from what I'm reading about it on the website. So this is really awesome. So I've talked about it a bit and I showed you what the hardware looked like, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now I'm going to demonstrate 4 things here. And first we'll take a look at it using the Sensibo app, and I'll try to show you some of the features. Then we'll continue from the iPhone, and I will show you it working with HomeKit. Yes, this does work with Apple HomeKit, and that's quite cool because you can tell Siri, turn on the air conditioner, and it will turn it on. Then we'll also take a look at it on the voice assistants, and I'll show it to you on my Nest Mini with Google Assistant and my Amazon Echo with, of course, the A-Lady. And I'll talk a bit about which way I like to do it best. So we'll go ahead now and get into it. So I'm going to grab my iPhone 12 and we'll open the Sensibo app. Okay, so I'm on my home screen page that has the Sensibo app. I'll just do a bit of Explore by Touch to try and find it.
Sensibo.
Okay, there's Sensibo. I'll go ahead and I'll double tap this to open it.
Sensibo. Menu button.
The first option we have is for menu. But what we want to do is kind of explore this main screen first.
Insights button.
There are some insights you can get.
Weather button.
A bit about the weather.
Quick actions button.
There are some quick actions you can do.
Schedule button.
And you can do some scheduling.
Collins device 72.7 degrees 72%.
But right here, if we keep flicking, which we just did, we find the name of the device, which I didn't change it, so it's just set to, I think, Collins device. That's alright, I only have the one, so I'm not that worried about it. But it tells us
Collins device 72.7 degrees 72%.
that it is 72.7 degrees in my room, and 72%, I believe, is the humidity, so it's no wonder why I don't feel super comfortable right now.
Collins device 72.7 degrees 72%.
But let's flick to the right.
AC off.
And it tells me the AC is off.
Power button.
Now I could power it.
Power button.
Right there. And if I double tap on power.
Menu button.
Ooh, that feels good. As you heard, the air conditioner has turned on. And I can zoom in here so you can see the screen. Set to 68 degrees. Now, though, of course, the beauty of this is I could verify that. So, turn this up a little bit so you'll be able to hear it.
Concise button. Weather button.
Apologize if there's any bit of wind. This thing is pretty powerful. Okay.
Quick actions. Schedule button.
And there comes the compressor. I'll let you, for those of you who like to hear a bit of sound of an air conditioner, I'll let you hear this one. On low, it's really not bad, actually. I quite like how this one sounds. Okay, enough talk about the AC itself. Let's go back to the Sensibo app.
Collins device 72.AC.
68 degrees. And actually, right now it told me that's set to cool, low fan speed, and 68 degrees. Power, button AC, cool 68 degrees. So if I double tap on this, AC, cool 68 degrees. Back button. Now we're on the screen where we can control the air conditioner. Button, gears. So there's an unlabeled button there. Unfortunately, I don't know what that does. Call device AC, cool 68 degrees, 72.3 degrees, 71%. And it's giving me again that little summary of the temperature. Climate React button. Climate React is a very cool feature, and I'll take you on a tour of that in a few minutes. Button. Illustrations. That button is actually related to the Climate React, and I'll kind of describe a bit about that in a minute. Pure Boost button. Pure Boost is a feature that I'm actually not as familiar with. I think it requires a Sensibo Plus subscription, which I'm not doing at the moment, although I might think about it. Button. Sign. Okay, there's a similar button for that. Decrease temperature button. Now we have options for the temperature. We can decrease the temperature. 68 degrees. And it tells us it's on 68 right now. Turn off button. There's the button if we want to turn the air conditioner off. Increase temperature button. Or we can increase the temperature. Mode button. And then we have options for mode, fan button, fan, light button, light, swing button, and swing. Now, I'm not sure why I have the swing option. I don't know if it's there for everyone, but I don't know if it's confused about what type of unit this is. However, everything seems to be working beautifully, so I'm not super worried about that. Light, button, fan, button, mode, button. Increase temperature, button. So let's increase the temperature, because I have it on kind of low on 68. Turn off, button, 68 degrees. So let's say we want this to be on 70. Turn off, button, increase temperature. If I keep flicking, we'll get to increase temperature, and I can press this twice. Increase temperature, increase temperature. And turn off 70 degrees. It does say 70 degrees on the app. Now let me verify that that is correctly set with the air conditioner. Yes, it is 70 degrees. So that is working quite well. Let's put it back to 68. I will flip to the left. Decrease button, so decrease temperature. And there's decreased temperature. I'll press it twice. This time I'll actually zoom in on the screen of the AC for you as I do this. Decrease temperature. So I pressed it twice, and it's down to 68. Really awesome. Now the other things we can do here in terms of standard air conditioner control. 68, turn off, increase temperature, mode, button. Of course we could power it off with that power button. 68 degrees, turn off button. With the turn off button there. Increase temperature, mode, button. But we can adjust the mode. So if we go in here, I'll double tap. Mode. And flick right. Fan button. Mode button. We can do fan. Button, light button. Oh wait, I apologize. That's some of the other controls. So we have to keep flicking. Swing button, mode button. Now we're in the settings for mode. Cool button. Currently we're on cool. Heat button. Heat, my air conditioner does not have that, so I'm not sure why that is showing up as a choice. Fan button. We can do fan only mode. Dry button. Or dry. Auto button. Or auto. Let's set this to dry. Dry button. I'll double tap on dry. Nighttime. Back button. And let's see. Let's check this kind of status. I'll just use Explore by Touch. Call the device AC. Dry 68 degrees to 71.2 degrees, 71%. And it says it's on dry. Now, I can verify that a little bit. I'll try anyway with the lights on the AC. Okay. Yeah, it does appear that worked. It's not easy for me to see this, but I can do that. Okay. Climate React button. See, I really like this for accessibility purposes again, because I can just verify what I'm doing. Let's put this back to cool. Button. Pure Boost button, button. Sign. Let's find mode. Light button, mode button. Okay, just explored by touch. Mode. Now the issue is I cannot explore by touch to activate one of the modes. Mode. Mode. Button. Cool button. Okay, well that actually kind of got me better in the vicinity. So here's cool. Let's double tap it. Okay, now what actually just happened, let me see if I can see it visually. It just set our fan speed to high. So, ooh, it's getting a bit chilly now on top of me as I'm trying to film here, but we'll keep it going for a minute. Call
device AC, cool high 68 degrees 70. Relative device AC, cool high 68 degrees 70. 7 degrees 68%.
I'm actually going to have it repeat that a bit. I'm just going to move the phone closer to my ear so I can hear it.
Relative device AC, cool high 68 degrees 70. 7 degrees 68%.
Okay, yes, it is on high. So hopefully I'll turn it up a little bit.
Relative device AC, cool high 68 degrees 70. 7 degrees 68%.
So it does say it's on high now. So let's change this back to low, which is where I like it.
Climate read button. Pure boost button. Sign. Increase temperature.
Now how we're going to do that
Mode button. Fan button.
is using the fan button. So if I double tap on fan, again we'll get another similar menu.
Light, swing, button, fan level. 68 degrees. Turn off, increase temp mode, but fan, but light, swing, fan level, button, quiet, button.
Now quiet, I don't know if that's what that's actually referring to. I don't know if that's an option on mine or not.
Low, button.
But we have low, medium,
high, button.
and high. Let's put this on low.
Medium, but high, auto, button.
Oh, we also do have auto, so let's put on high though,
medium,
or low rather.
Low, quiet, but low, button.
Let's double tap, and I'll zoom in so you can see this change. And it's very quick to respond. As soon as I double tap, it really responds quickly. So that's really awesome. Now let's go ahead and power this off, and I'll show you one more thing with the Sensibo app.
Button, here.
So let's see, exploring by touch.
68 degrees.
Okay, there's the temperature.
Turn off, button.
And flicking to the right brought me to turn off. Let's go ahead now, and I'll double tap. Very quick, again, to power off. And when I demonstrate voice commands here in a bit, that is even more exciting. Like, it responds very quickly. So I'll demonstrate that now in a bit. Now, the one thing I did want to cover real quick is a bit more of what the app looks like for a few different things. One thing we can do is set up something called Climate React.
68 degrees.
Okay, that's too loud now.
Decrease temperature, button. Pure boost, button. Climate react, button.
Now, you hear that it says Climate React button. You could double tap this to activate it, but what I like to do is actually flick right.
Button, illustrations.
It looks like it's still on the same, like, button visually, but when I tap it on the unlabeled, it actually announces what I'm doing. So let's try that.
Climate react on, illustrations.
It said Climate React on.
Climate react, button.
Now, I'm not sure why this AC is beeping. I don't know if it's making some kind of adjustments or what, but that's why I actually do not use this feature.
Button.
Let's turn it off.
Climate react off.
But I want to show you what you can do with that, though, because it's pretty
Climate
cool.
react, button.
So, unfortunately, though, this is where I am going to demonstrate a bit of inaccessibility. We need to get to some of the controls on the bottom. And I can explore by touch all I want. And move
Swing, button.
to the last item here, which is swing.
Swing, button. Swing, button.
But it will not go to the controls on the bottom. So I do need to use screen recognition. Now, I've set up that if I do a 2-finger quadruple tap, that will be turned on for me. So let me do that.
Screen recognition on for Sensibo.
And now let's see.
Button, drag, schedule, tab.
Yes, it actually sees the tabs.
Timer, tab.
And you can do a timer,
Schedule, tab.
schedule,
Graphs and logs, tab.
and you can see some like graphs and logs. Now what I want to do though is I want to expand this because there's some more stuff that you can do. So I'm going to flick up now with 3 fingers.
Diagram, illustrations, logo, other, sign, sport.
Okay, it seems like that did work. So I'm now going to turn off screen recognition because now we're good.
Cap eye, watching.
Oh.
Screen recognition off for Sensibo.
Okay. Screen recognition's off. So let's take a look now at what some of the stuff we can do here.
Button. Filters 15, button. Auto off star disabled. Button. Optimist star disabled. Button. Button. Climate react off.
Okay, there's Climate React.
Button. Anti-mold star disabled.
There's some settings for anti-mold.
Button. Pure boost star off.
Pure boost.
Button. Presence react add room sync.
Could add.
Share device manage users. Sliding up panel.
Wait, let me just
Diagram,
see. It's reading a bit weirdly. Let me just check
Settings
this.
panel. Timer. Schedule.
Okay, there we go.
Graphs and logs. Geofencing off. Filters 15%.
So there's geofencing that you can enable.
Climate react off.
Climate React.
Health check plus.
Health.
Auto off plus disabled.
Auto.
Anti-mold plus disabled. Statistics plus subscribe.
Statistics. Some of these do require the Sensibo Plus subscription.
Optimist plus pure boost plus presence react add room sync. Share device manage users sync.
And syncing, I guess, would be you need to adjust something with the remote.
Presence with pure, boost, optimist, plus, statistics, anti-mold, auto, off, health, check, climate react, off.
Let me show you climate react, so let's double tap on this.
Back button.
Now these are the settings for it, as opposed to that button that we saw before, which was a toggle.
Climate react, trigger, feels like, show menu, dimmed, button.
So first we can set up a trigger, and we can set it by feels like,
Temperature, button.
actual temperature,
Humidity, button.
humidity,
Feels like, button.
or feels like. Let's do feels like. I'll double tap.
Back button. Climate react, trigger, when it feels like above.
And we can specify here what we want. So when it feels like it's above
80.5 degrees.
80.5 degrees.
54% adjustable. Grave. 54.
I think that was reading before the temperature, but it's not.
54. Grave.
Now, okay. Well, those are the controls that you could use to adjust that temperature.
Change AC state.
And you're asked what you want to do. Change AC state.
Switch button. On. Diagram. AC state. On. Show menu. Dimmed.
And we want the AC to turn on if it senses that the temperature feels like it's about 80 degrees in here.
Mode. Cool. Show menu. Dimmed.
And I
button.
told it I want it to be on cool.
Fan level. Low. Show menu. Dimmed.
Low.
Swing. Stops. Auto. Show menu. Dimmed.
Swing I'm not worried about because I don't think that really applies here.
Temperature. 68. Show menu. Dimmed. Button.
And temperature 68.
Light. On. Show menu. Dimmed.
Light
button.
on, that's fine.
When it feels like below.
Then when it feels like it's below
73.5 degrees.
73.5 degrees,
44% adjustable. Grave. Change AC state.
we can change the AC state.
Switch button. On. AC state. Off. Show menu.
Turn
dimmed
it
button.
off.
Sync with AC. Power. Plus. Enable climate react when you turn the AC on and disable it when you turn the AC off. Switch button. Off.
Now there's another feature related to this, but again, it's for Plus members, which I am not.
Save. Button.
But that is pretty cool that you can do that kind of adjustment with this.
Sync. Save. Button.
So let's go ahead and save these settings.
Back. Button.
Now I may have turned on Climate React, so I'll check that when we're done. The other thing I'll quickly also show you is some of the stuff that you can do with timers, because that's pretty cool.
68 degrees.
Let's
Decrease
see.
temperature. Turn in mode. Fan. But light. But swing. Sliding up. Diagram. Settings panel. Timer. Schedule.
So we can do a timer, so let's do
Timer.
that.
Back. Button. Collins device vertical line timer.
Okay, it says timer.
Timer. Never forget to turn off your AC.
Never forget to turn off your AC or turn it on either. So
Turn the AC on in.
now it says turn the AC on in.
Go 2 hours. Adjustable.
Let's say
01 out. 0 hours. 0 minutes. Adjust 1 minute.
1 minute, just so I can demonstrate this will work.
Start timer. Button.
We can start the timer.
About. If your AC is on, you can set a timer to turn it off after a set period of time. If your AC is off, set a timer for when it should activate.
And it gives you a bit of a summary that right now the AC is off, so we'll set a timer to turn on. But you could also set a timer and have the air conditioner turn off. Now this is much easier to use than the AC has this built in, but I can't figure out how to use it. So I like using it with Sensibo better.
Start timer. Button.
But let's go ahead and start the timer.
Start timer.
And what's cool is on the screen it actually is counting down.
0 hours, 0 minutes, 56 seconds.
And
Cancel timer.
I
Button.
could cancel this timer, but let's let it run. I'll show you that in 1 minute, Sensibo will turn my air conditioner on. All right, let's see. It looks like 14 seconds. Well, check it out. It turned on the settings I had before, and it's going. Now, the cool thing too is my phone's currently in sleep focus because it's about 1 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this. But I would have gotten a notification to let me know that my timer did go as scheduled. So if I was not home, I would know that my air conditioner did turn on successfully. let's just check that. I'll go into my notification center on my phone.
Notification center. Health. Leave. Turn off. Health. Ezzy edit. Instagram. 38 minutes ago. Ezzy edit SIBO. While in sleep focus. Sensible. While in sleep focus. Instagram. 38. Ezzy edit SIBO. Now. AC state changed. The current device AC was turned on by the scheduler. Button.
It tells me my AC was turned on by the scheduler.
Sensibo. Back. Button.
So let's go back.
Back. Button.
And the other thing we can do that's similar.
Turn off 68 degrees. Pure boost.
Let's see if I can.
Current device AC. Climate react. Button. Pure boost. Button. Sign. Current device AC. Cool 68 degree. Climate react. Button. Illustrate pure boost. Button. Decrease temperature. 60. Turn off. Button. Back. Button.
Oops.
Test. 10:15 p.m. And current device order back. Button.
Okay. And
Back. Button.
well,
Button. Tears.
I'll just quickly demonstrate. You can also specify, and I think do some more advanced, like scheduling as opposed to a timer.
Current device AC. Climate react. Button. Pure boost. Button. Decrease temperature. Button. 68 degrees. Turn up input mode. Fan. Button. Light. Swing. Sliding up. Diagram. Settings panel. Timer. Schedule.
And so let's go into schedule.
Back. Button. Current device test. 10:15 p.m. M D W D F S S. Switch button off.
Now,
Tableware.
I'm not as comfortable with how to use this, so I won't go into too much of it here. But I set it to go off at 10:15, and it actually did it when I tested it.
Button. Switch test. Current device order back. Button. Current test. 10:15 p.m. M D W D F. Current back. Back. Button.
So that is that timer.
Back. Button.
And that's pretty much, I think, the big parts of the app. So let's go back.
Menu.
And
Button.
I'm now going to, okay, there comes the compressor. So I'm now going to turn this off. And
Current device. 69.3 degrees. 73%.
I can go ahead and I'll see that it is
Speed. Current device. 69.3 degrees. 73%.
on. So let's flick to the right.
PC. Cool 68 degrees.
Set to low, 68 degrees. I like it.
Power. Button.
And let's go ahead and power it off.
Power. Menu. Button.
Very cool. Now, I did want to briefly, again, touch on setup, because I don't think I really went into it as much as I should have. So essentially what happens when you take this out of the box, you download the Sensibo app, and it walks you through everything. You have to make an account, but it's free and pretty easy, straightforward, just like, I think it was just like your name, email, and password. So, very standard, nothing too complicated. And then, essentially add the Sensibo to your Wi-Fi network, and pair it with your remote. And then you're good to go. Now, I did find that I was having trouble focusing on the password field with VoiceOver. So I ended up having to, well, for me, what I did was I just turned off VoiceOver and used a bit of vision, but I would imagine that using screen recognition would have done the trick as well, because that's allowed me to get into other areas of the Sensibo app that have not worked perfectly well natively. So once you're set up, though, as you can see, the app works beautifully, but we're not even done. And as you can see, this is already pretty cool. I mean, I guess it is literally cool. So what I'm going to do now, I just backed out of the Sensibo app, and I'm going to open the Home app.
Stream. Home. Home. Add button.
And right here, on my main page of the Home app now.
More. But my home. Heading. Show climate. 70 degrees. Button. Show speakers and TVs. None play. Bedroom. Button. Heading. AC off. Button.
It says I have an AC and that's off right now.
NOW. 70 degrees.
And it shows me that it's 70 degrees right now.
Current mode. Off. Picker item. Adjustable. 1 of 4.
And there is an adjuster to turn this on and off.
Temperature. Button. Image. Bedroom AC. Text field.
It doesn't have as many of the functions as the Sensibo app does, but this is still pretty cool. So what we can do is I'll use this adjustable.
Current mode. Off. Picker item. Heat. 2 cool. 3 of 4.
And I'll put it on cool. And let me just visually take a look to see what settings we're on. Yep, okay, we're on low and 68, which is what I like. But I can verify that now in the Home app.
AC. Cool to 68 degrees. Heading.
It says it's cooling to 68 degrees.
AC. Close. Button. AC. Cool to 68 degrees. Close. Cool to 68 degrees. Target value. 68 degrees. Adjustable. Track.
And it's an adjustable to adjust the temperature on this. So let's bring it back to 70.
69, 70 degrees.
Okay, so cool, we're on 70 now. Let's bring it back down to 68.
68 degrees. 69 degrees. 68 degrees.
And let me just go in there. Yep, 68. And I can turn it off again with that adjuster.
Picker item, auto, 4 of 4. 3 of 4, heat, 2 of off, 1 of 4.
That seems to have worked.
69 degrees.
Very cool. Now, that's so awesome. Now, the next thing I'll show you though, this is where HomeKit integration I think is quite nice. Check this out. I can use Siri now to control this air conditioner. Let's try it.
Logo, screenshot.
Trying to turn my Siri sounds up. Turn on the AC. It did it. Now I can tell it to change air conditioner temperature to 70. Okay, it's not giving me voice feedback, and I'm not sure why.
Sorry.
Sometimes I find that with Siri, though, it's not giving me the voice feedback, but it is doing it. So let's try set air conditioner temperature to 68.
Safari.
So it does work. Turn off the AC.
To close an app, swipe up from the bottom to the middle of the screen and hold until you reach the app
That's
switch.
not what I asked.
Swipe up on the app.
Okay.
Safari.
Turn off the AC. Thank you.
Safari.
All right. So that is HomeKit. Now, there was a link in the Sensibo app to set up HomeKit, and it also had like the setup code to enter into the Home app. But it was very easy to add. And as you can see, HomeKit integration also works well. But as cool as that is, what I really like is using the Google Home or the Echo, or I guess I should say the Nest Mini and my Echo 4th Gen, to be able to control these completely by voice. So at this point, I'm going to put my iPhone off to the side. There. And I will demonstrate this. I'm going to start with the Google Home. So let's come over here. And I have the Nest Mini set up right there. And it's very close that you'll be able to see what's happening as I do this. The beautiful thing about this is there's no complicated phrasing that you need to use. It usually just works. So let's try it. Hey Google, turn on the AC.
Sure. Turning on Cullen's device AC.
Indeed it did it. Now, hey Google, set air conditioner temperature to 70.
Okay. Setting Cullen's device AC to 70 degrees.
By the way, if you're wondering about that voice, that is a new one that was very recently added to the Google Assistant. And I quite like it. Let's set this back to 68. Hey Google, set air conditioner temperature to 68.
Alright. Setting Cullen's device AC to 68 degrees.
And it's as easy as that to just control it by voice. And remember, this air conditioner does not have these features built in. I'm using the Sensibo. Now, I think what actually happens... Well, let me try one more thing first with Google. I don't know if you can adjust fan speed here. Hey Google, set air conditioner fan speed to medium.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, that does not seem to work. Try one more. Hey Google, set air conditioner fan speed to high.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, that does not work, unfortunately. But we can, well, I'm sure we could change modes. Let's try that real quick. Hey Google, change air conditioner mode to dry.
Sorry, it looks like that device hasn't been set up yet. You can do that in Assistant Settings.
So, that's why I'm saying I'm not as impressed with the Google Home integration. It just doesn't seem quite as polished. So, but we can at least turn it on and off. I mean, that's pretty good. If I get into bed and forget to adjust it or something like that, I can very easily do it. So, let's go ahead and turn this off. Hey Google, turn off the AC.
Sure. Turning Cullen's device AC off.
Brilliant. Now, we do have one more thing to look at, and I've moved over to it. Yep, we're going to take a look at this now with the Amazon Echo. Now, this, I think, is my favorite. It seems to be the most stable, always seems to get my command, and does what I expect. So, let's go ahead and try this. Alexa, turn on the AC.
Okay.
Also, a lot less feedback is given. It just said, okay. Alexa, change air conditioner temperature to 70.
The AC is set to 70.
Alright, it's set to 70, and I'm not as close to it, so I'm not going to look, but I actually feel very confident that it did it. Alexa, set air conditioner temperature to 68.
The AC is set to 68.
Okay, that's done. Now, this I do believe can adjust fan speeds. Alexa, change air conditioner fan speed to high.
Okay.
It did it. Alexa, change air conditioner fan speed to low.
Okay.
I'm sure you're able to hear the difference in the motor there. Alexa, change air conditioner mode to dry.
Cullen's device AC is not responding.
Okay, let's see. Alexa, change air conditioner mode.
Cullen's device AC doesn't support that.
Okay, so I can't adjust the mode, actually, by voice, but everything else works beautifully. Alexa, change air conditioner fan to medium.
Okay.
And finally, put it back to low. Alexa, set air conditioner fan to low.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named air conditioner fan.
Oh, Alexa, set my air conditioner fan to low.
Sorry, I didn't find a group or device named my air conditioner fan.
Okay, I'm probably not giving it a detailed enough command. Alexa, change air conditioner fan speed.
Set to what airflow speed?
Low.
Okay.
And it's done. Now, I'll quickly jump over back to it so we can power off. And I just wanted to verify the settings. Alexa, turn off the AC.
Okay.
Very quick to respond. Now, if you remember my LG video from 5 years ago, if you haven't seen it, I actually do recommend you take a look at it, especially if you want to compare. But you'd notice it took a lot longer to respond to the commands that I was giving via the voice assistants. Well, I only demonstrated it with the A-Lady, but it was nearly identical experience with Google. So, I think this is a big improvement. And what really is mind-blowing to me is that I'm using an air conditioner that does not have these smart connectivity features built in. it's all being handled by this tiny little device. Again, I have it in my hand so you can see it. I mean, it's about the size of like a travel router, maybe? I don't know how to best describe it, but it just works, and it works well. I've been using it, so admittedly, this is actually not even 2 weeks that I've been using this for, but it hasn't let me down yet. And what I love is that should a need arise that I need a different air conditioner for in here, I would, in very high likelihood, be able to continue to use the Sensibo and get these types of features, because I find it very beneficial. So this essentially lets you turn, if you have an air conditioner with a remote, I'd encourage you to take a look at the Sensibo website first, but I think you pretty much can turn any window air conditioner into a smart air conditioner, as long as it has a remote and you have a plug nearby that you can plug it into. So for me, I have this little, it's a 4-port USB charging station that I keep by the bed. And the Sensibo just plugs perfectly into that. It's not taking up an additional plug on my power strip. It's just there. It's a very low-powered, simple device, and I'm really, I'm very pleased with it. It's a little expensive, I will give it that. I ended up getting the air conditioner a good few weeks first before I was able to add the Sensibo to it. But, it was really, it's awesome. I think it's about $120 for this. Although I believe they have an older model that's a bit cheaper, but I don't know, I haven't tested it. And it doesn't have HomeKit support, so I don't know if I'd recommend it. I think going with the Sensibo Air is your best bet, and I'll try to remember to put a link. Actually, I'll put a link in the description if you're looking for a full package to the air conditioner that I went with and to the Sensibo Air. But this is just a really awesome setup, and I'm very impressed with it. So, if you have any questions about it, of course, feel free to let me know down in the comments or if something wasn't clear. Always happy to explain a bit more about different things and even make future videos if that would be helpful. That is a look at the Sensibo Air running with this Medea 6000 BTU window air conditioner. If you found this helpful and enjoyable, or maybe even a little entertaining, go ahead and give the video a like and turn on notifications. Find out about upcoming videos, because I have some cool stuff planned as we get into summer. And as this is out, it's actually the first day of summer, so perfect time to upload this Sensibo Air review. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you in the next video.
We hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, please subscribe for more, and feel free to comment. Also, you can follow me on Twitter, @Gallagher123123. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.